There's one question that every person cares about. Will you live a good life or a bad one? What truly determines that? Many people go through their entire lives without ever understanding why they succeeded or why they failed. When things go wrong, they blame others or fate, and in the end, they waste their lives. But our ancestors long ago uncovered the pattern behind life and explained it very clearly. They told us that 10 key factors determine the course of a person's life, and even arranged them in order of importance. You must never mix up this order, because the ones listed first have a deeper and more fundamental influence on your destiny. The order is 1. Destiny, 2. Luck, 3. Feng Shui, 4. Accumulate virtue and good deeds, 5. Education, 6. Reputation, 7. Appearance, 8. Worship of gods, 9. Relationships and mentors, 10. Health and longevity. Nowadays, most people only focus on the later ones. They say, I need to study hard. I should build good relationships and network with the right people. Or, I should focus on my health. Are these things wrong? Of course not. They're all correct. But they've forgotten the foundation. They've overlooked the very first and most decisive factor, the one that truly determines everything. If you don't understand that foundation, then no matter how much effort you put into the rest, your results will be only half as effective, or may even be wasted entirely. So what exactly is destiny? At first, it might sound mysterious, even fatalistic, something that feels distant or discouraging, but it's not. If you listen carefully, you'll realize that understanding destiny is the true beginning of understanding life. In plain terms, destiny is your life's initial configuration. It's like starting a video game. The system automatically assigns you certain settings, your character, your starting equipment, your innate skills. You don't get to choose these. The system gives them to you. And once they're set, they stay with you for life. That is your destiny. This includes several things. First, and most obviously, your birth, your parents, and your family background. No one can deny how profoundly these shape you. The kind of family you're born into, do you realize how deeply that influences you? Enormously. If you were born into a family of entrepreneurs, exposed to business operations from childhood, hearing and seeing it every day, then of course you'll find it much easier to do business later in life. We often say, a son continues his father's career, but this continuation isn't just about inheriting wealth. More importantly, it's about inheriting the environment, the social circle, and the way of thinking that was cultivated from childhood. If your father was a skilled carpenter, and you grew up surrounded by the scent of wood, watching him turn timber into beautiful furniture, naturally, you'd develop a sense for craftsmanship. That's the resource your destiny has given you. But then people complain, that's not fair. Why was he born into wealth while I was born poor? Let me ask you, what is fairness? There is no absolute fairness, only relative balance. You're only looking at this one lifetime, so you see it as unfair. But if you extend your view across time, you'll understand what Chinese wisdom has always taught. Life is a continuous process. Your current destiny is the result of your own past actions. Just like sowing and reaping, what you plant in spring determines what you harvest in autumn. If you plant beans, you'll harvest beans, never wheat. So the kind of family you're born into and the kind of parents you have, all of these are karmic results, not random accidents. So don't waste your energy on resentment. The moment you start complaining, your energy scatters and you lose the focus to change anything. The first step is to accept your destiny. This doesn't mean giving up or lying flat in defeat. It means recognizing and acknowledging. It means clearly saying to yourself, this is how the game begins. These are the cards I've been dealt. Only when you accept it can you stop wasting time and energy on resentment. and start thinking and asking, with these cards in my hand, how should I play them wisely? That's a truly positive attitude. Understanding your background isn't about pride or shame. It's about finding your foundation. If your parents can support you, be grateful and use that advantage wisely. If they can't, or even if you need to support them, that's fine too. It means heaven wants to mold you, to make you the pioneer of your family. Such a destiny may be tougher, but once you succeed, the sense of achievement will be greater than anyone else's. Look at it from another angle. Doesn't it feel completely different? It's all about perspective. Now, the second layer, deeper than your family background, is what we call your life script. This sounds even more mysterious. Many people, upon hearing this, respond, "Wait, if life has a script, then aren't we just puppets?" Not exactly. Your life script describes the general outline of your life, what kinds of events you'll experience at different stages, what kinds of people you'll meet, and whether you'll encounter opportunities or difficulties. It's like a broad framework, a rhythm of ups and downs. Who wrote this script? It wasn't written by some god. Our ancestors, with their deep wisdom, explained it through the concept of heaven, earth, and the 5 elements: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. What does that mean? It means that we humans live within the vast universe, affected by invisible energy fields created by the movements of celestial bodies, the sun, moon, and planets like Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn. The positions and motions of these celestial bodies generate invisible fields of energy, what the ancients called qi, life force. The vast universe is what we call the great 5 elements of heaven and earth, and each of us is a small universe within it. Our own bodies also have circulating energy. We call it the human 5 elements, or the microcosmic flow of qi. The exact moment you were born, the unique alignment of the celestial bodies determined the kind of energy field your personal universe received at birth. That initial energy field influences your personality, your way of thinking, and how you respond to life's rhythms. You can't see it, but it's real, just like gravity. You can't see gravity, but you can see the tides it causes. It's the same with the invisible forces that shape human destiny. This isn't superstition. It's a cosmic rhythm that modern science simply hasn't fully explained yet. Think of your life script as a map, one that marks where the mountains, plains, rivers, and swamps are. When you're in a lucky period, it's like walking on a smooth, sunlit highway. That's when you should move forward boldly, seize opportunities, and make achievements. When you're in a difficult period, it's like walking through a swamp, muddy and hard to cross. If you keep moving ahead blindly, you'll only sink deeper. So what should you do? The wise thing is to pause, look carefully at the path, find tools, or simply set up camp for a while. Use that time to study, strengthen your body, and store up energy. When the weather clears and the ground dries, move forward again. That's what we mean when we say, endure, learn, and let small losses prevent greater disasters. That's wisdom, adapting to heaven's timing. If you already know there's a swamp ahead, would you still rush into it? Of course not. You'd prepare. So understanding your life script doesn't make you passive. It gives you control. When luck is with you, advance boldly. When luck is against you, preserve your energy, grow quietly, and wait for your moment. It means flowing with the natural current instead of fighting against it. That is wisdom. Not resistance, but harmony. It's like when winter comes. If you insist on wearing short sleeves and standing in the cold wind, you'll surely get sick. The wise thing is to wear warm clothes, stay indoors, and read by the fire. That is wisdom. If you look at truly successful people, you'll see that their lives aren't always smooth. They simply understand what to do at each stage. When luck is good, they ride the wind and rise upward. When luck is bad, they stay calm, improve themselves, and avoid trouble. Their rhythm aligns with the rhythm of heaven and earth. That's why their lives flow smoothly. Many people, however, live in pain and frustration because they constantly go against the rhythm. When spring, the time for planting, comes, they sleep. When summer, the time for growth, arrives, they hesitate. When autumn, the time for harvest, comes, they finally think about sowing. What's the use of that? And when winter, the time for rest, arrives, they rush out to make big moves, only to end up battered and defeated. That's the result of not understanding destiny. The third and most essential layer of destiny is your innate talent and life mission. This too is inborn, hidden deep within your soul. It's what you love doing and what you are naturally good at. Every person has a talent. Heaven is fair. If it closes one door, it will always open a window for you. If you are given a certain destiny as your starting point and a certain life script for your journey, then you are also given a unique set of tools to complete this life. And that tool is your innate gift, your talent. But why do so many people go through their entire lives without ever discovering their talent? Two reasons: carelessness and laziness. Carelessness means a person never looks inward, never asks their own heart, what do I truly love? What kind of things brings me joy and fulfillment? Instead, they look outward every day, watching what others have and what society is chasing. If others make money trading stocks, they rush into stocks. If others become glamorous influencers, they want to become influencers too. But they never ask themselves, is this suitable for me? Is this what I truly want? That is how people lose themselves. That is carelessness. The other problem is laziness. Some people may vaguely sense where their talent lies, but never develop it. For example, someone might discover that they especially enjoy being around with flowers and plants, that simply touching them or arranging them makes them happy. But they are too lazy to study it deeply, too lazy to learn, too lazy to develop it into a professional skill. They think, this doesn't make money, what's the point? So they abandon it. That is laziness. Think about it. Isn't this true? A fish's talent is swimming in water. A bird's talent is flying in the sky. If you force a fish to learn to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life feeling useless. If you force a bird to learn to swim, it might drown after just a few attempts. Many of us are doing exactly this, trying to imitate fish learning to climb trees and birds diving underwater, living lives that don't match our true nature. For example, someone clearly has talent A, but their parents, teachers, and society all tell them that talent B is the only path with a future. So they struggle to pursue B instead. They do it their whole life, never happy, never achieving much. How can a life like that turn out well? That's why discovering your natural talent is the most important lesson of your life. How do you find it? It's simple. Calm yourself and ask these three questions. 1. What activities make you lose track of time, become fully immersed, and not feel tired? 2. What would you willingly do even if no one paid you? 3. What do you learn faster and more easily than others, almost effortlessly? Your answers reveal your natural talent. Once you've found your talent, what's next? You must connect it to your life mission. Your talent is not just for your own enjoyment. It is meant to be used to help others and contribute to society. A person with artistic talent creates beautiful paintings that bring joy to those who see them. That is their mission. A person gifted in communication becomes a mediator, resolving conflicts and bringing harmony to families and society. That is their mission. When you use your talent to fulfill your mission, you will feel immense happiness and a profound sense of worth, something money can never buy. And in the process, you naturally accumulate virtue. So now we understand the 3 levels of destiny. The first level is your family background, the starting point of your life. This is something you must acknowledge. The second level is your life script, the rhythm and cycles of your life. This is something you must understand. The third level is your innate talent and life mission, your secret weapon for navigating life. This is something you must discover and use. Once you understand these levels of destiny, what should you do next? First, you need a sober understanding of yourself, to recognize yourself clearly. Know who you are, where you came from, and what your resources are, which is what your family has given you, whether those things are strengths or obstacles. See all of this clearly. Don't complain and don't run away. This is what it truly means to know yourself. Second, you need to understand your life script. You can do this by studying the ancient wisdom, such as the principles of the I Ching, to grasp the general rise and fall of your destiny, the rhythm of your life, so you'll know when to advance and when to hold back. For example, when is my rising period? When should I push forward with courage and diligence? When is my low period? When should I lie low and focus on learning? Finally, and most importantly, dedicate your life to discovering, refining, and applying your natural talents. No one can do this for you. Only you can. Once you discover what fascinates you, what comes naturally to you, and what benefits others, you have found your true path, the fulcrum of your life. And once you know your path, you will live with peace and clarity. Regardless of your background or how your fortunes rise and fall, your heart will stay steady because you know what you are meant to do and where your value lies. So you see, destiny isn't a passive or fatalistic idea at all. It is actually the most proactive guide for living. It tells you the rules of life's game are set. The map has already been drawn, but how you play is entirely up to you. You can be a passive player who simply drifts along, or an active player who understands the rules, studies the map, and uses their greatest tools, their talents, to create something extraordinary. Many people live life backwards. They think every day about how to change fate. But I tell you, fate cannot be changed. It is the basic setting of your life. How could you change it? Can you choose your parents? No. Can you change the laws that govern celestial movements? Also no. But you can establish your fate. Here, establish means to build it, to set it upright. What does establishing your fate mean? It means that after you understand your fate, knowing fate, you then use your own effort to create the best possible outcome in your life. This is exactly the principle taught in Liao Fan's 4 lessons. Mr. Yuan Liao Fan had the first half of his life completely predicted by a fortune teller. Every detail unfolded exactly according to the script. He became discouraged, believing that life was fixed and unchangeable. Later, he met the Zen master Yungu. The master told him, "Your fate is created by you. Your blessings must be sought by yourself." And what does this really depend on? It depends on your own thoughts and actions. When you begin doing good, accumulating virtue, and transforming your own character, your fortune naturally begins to change. And as your fortune changes, the outcome of your life changes as well. Notice, the basic framework of his fate did not change, but within that framework, he lived the best possible version of himself. That is what it means to establish your fate. So don't ask, am I destined for a good life or a bad life? That way of thinking is wrong from the very beginning. There is no absolute good or bad destiny. Only people who understand their destiny and those who do not. A good destiny simply means someone who understands the patterns of their own life and works in harmony with them. A bad destiny is someone who understands nothing about themselves, constantly fights against the natural laws, and ends up exhausting themselves. Those who understand move in harmony with life's laws and flourish. Those who resist them struggle endlessly. Once you understand destiny, you'll see how it connects to all the rest: luck, feng shui, virtue, education, and beyond. Only when you understand your life script can you better grasp your destiny. Only when you learn to live in harmony with heaven's rhythm will you naturally begin to care about your environment and energy. Only when you discover your own gifts and mission will you naturally feel inspired to accumulate virtue and continue learning. That is why I hope that from today onward, you stop searching for answers outside yourself. Every answer you're looking for is already within you. Take the time to quietly understand your destiny. See your origins clearly. Understand your life script with awareness. Discover your talents and unique mission. When you accomplish these three things, your life will finally rest in your own hands. You will live grounded, clear, and deeply meaningful. From that moment on, your life truly becomes your own.